Hello, I'm Terri Wells here in the Big Sandy Mush community, and we're here at the Sandy Mush Community Center today talking about our quilt stories. And this quilt right here has a lot of important history for our community. I believe the year was 1986, and this area was being considered for a high-level nuclear dump, and the community came together and, of course, fought that. And one of the things that helped people during that time was coming together here, I believe here at the Community Center, and the women would get together and quilt these different squares to have community, as well as just to express their love and appreciation of this community. And I'll share some information about a few of the pieces and some of the folks who are not with us today necessarily. So one of these right here, you can see several of the churches, and my nanny, Lillian Wells, actually did this one right here, Big Sandy Methodist Church, which was the church that our family went to. And then up here on the top, this is the John W. Wells house. That house was built by my great-great-great-grandfather. And Rita Wells is the one who actually quilted that square. She's my cousin Aubrey's wife. And then the one next to this right here, is on B Branch, which is the house that where my nanny and Papa lived, when my father was born. But Madison McLaren, who ended up renting that house, she and her husband, Christopher Ramey, he was a potter here in this area, and they rented that house and then eventually bought that house from our family. And so Madison was the one who quilted that one. The one next to it here is actually the schoolhouse that we're in right now. And I think that was, if I can read that, I think that's Irene Cook that actually quilted that square. And so it's this wonderful representation of our community, looking at some of the houses that held so much history and meaning to the community, as well as the churches and our beautiful mountains. And Norma here, I believe, quilted the mountains, didn't you? And would you like to share some as well, Norma?
Sure. Well, I don't have the same type of history. I came here for the summer in 1980 and never left, and was really distressed about the fact that they wanted to destroy this community and build a high-level nuclear repository. So we just decided there had to be a way to heal through the arts and have people express what they were feeling about their community and what they would miss about their community if it was no longer here. And so I had just learned how to do these shapes, taking a workshop with Georgia Bonesteel. And so I used those techniques to make these shapes for the mountains, and we decided that the churches are real important in the community, so we wanted them right in the center. And so, you know, some of the quilts, some of the blocks are more not as traditional as they might have been, but they saw me working on some of these little pieces of quilts. They were just tiny pieces, and I was just all over the place because I'm a visual artist, so I learned from the tradition, but I was going off somewhere else. So some of them became a little more original than they might have been, so that you can notice that there really aren't a lot of very traditional blocks with names as traditional blocks have. But it was wonderful. I traveled with this quilt for a while. It went to some universities, and I got to talk to it through slides. And seeing it after all these years is so beautiful.